Arnold Sandness?
Right.
Okay. Is a 1954 engineering graduate of the University of North Dakota. He spent 33 years from 1954 to 1987 with Delco Products Division of General Motors in marketing management and administration. After retirement from GM, he became a marketing consultant until 1985. Arnold and his wife Marilyn live in Dayton, Ohio. They have 2 children and 2 grandchildren. In 1996, Arnold started a new career as a volunteer, essentially full-time. He was elected to the Board of Trustees of the Hawthorne Green Senior Center in 1996, serving as president of the board from 1998 to 2004. He became a member of SCORE, that's Service Corps of Retired Executives, in 1995, and as chairman of the Dayton SCORE, he led the Dayton chapter to be named in 2002 National SCORE Chapter of the Year. Arnold is past president of the President's Club of Dayton, an organization of leaders of the area service clubs, and was district director of SCORE for Southern Ohio from 2004 to 2010. Welcome, Arnold.
Thank you. I'm sure that all of you could have read that. But anyway, I'm pleased to be here. I'm humbled to follow such a good presenter as Laura, but I'll give it my best.
Should have had you go first. No.
Exactly. Well, she stood up before I did. Anyway, I have a personal question, Laura. I remember Father Resch at University of Dayton. Is that a relation?
He is not, though it is a very common question.
Ah, I bet.
He is not. There's a longer story there I'll tell you about after your presentation.
Okay. Well, as you know, I'm a member of SCORE and a past president of this organization, as well as a past chair of the SCORE chapter in Dayton. SCORE is an all-volunteer organization. Our mission is to try to help the small business entrepreneurs in this community succeed. Either get started, or grow, or try to rescue them. So we are counselors, and all of us have the experience of either having our own business or a managerial position at a larger company. So I have been a member of SCORE for 19 years. So I'm part of an organization, and that's Dayton SCORE. And Dayton is a chapter that has about 30 active members. It has some others that are on what we call resource members that we can call on. For example, if we want a sheriff to speak, we can call on Phil. But he's not a member of SCORE, by the way. I just use that as an example. We'd love to have you, but actually the Dayton chapter is only one of 340 chapters nationwide. And of that 340 chapters, the total volunteer membership is 11,000 members across the country. We're all dedicated to the success of small business. Now, you might wonder about Dayton, where does that stand in Ohio? Well, we have, in the Southern District, we have Cincinnati, Columbus, and then we go up to Toledo, all the way over to Marietta and Chillicothe. We have chapters in, I think there's 10 or 11 now in Ohio. So we cover the waterfront pretty well in this part of the country. I was district director for the southern half, and so I put in a few miles, southern half of the state, everything below Route 30, if you're familiar with the northern part of our state. So what do? We actually work with people that are trying to start a business or that are wanting to grow. We counsel them. They call in and make an appointment. We sit down and work with them for maybe an hour. We expect them to be doing the business themselves. We don't do it for them. It's not like we have to start a business. We simply listen to what their passion is. And that's a very important part. They have to really want to do the business, make it a success, or perhaps grow the business. They want to find out where they can find more clients. What kind of a service can they offer that the community can really need? You know, that's something that they have to identify before they can be successful in creating what we call a business plan. Now, we can go help them through what we call a SWOT analysis. Some of you may have heard of the SWOT analysis. It's the analysis of your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So you decide then, after listening to that kind of a discussion, okay, what kind of action plans can we create to take advantage of each of those? If we're in a business, what kind of a niche can we fill? Or are there already too many people in that kind of a business? So we might not have a chance of success. One of those businesses, and this is frequently stated, that is most likely to fail is a restaurant. You know, we all look for the restaurants. We try to patronize them. We try to help them succeed, but so often they don't because they haven't prepared the material that they need to really be successful. Now, I'm going to talk about something different today, not businesses at all. It still goes back to the fact that we educate people that want to go into business or that want to grow or try to help them from failing. But we also have started an initiative called the Nonprofit Initiative. And we'll pass these around and see what you can see there, that we care. This is on the website too, where we care for nonprofit businesses, and we want to help them succeed. Now, what we developed in our initiative to help nonprofit organizations is a three-step process. We formed a committee which pulled things together and decided, okay, what do nonprofit organizations need? Then we, not only as we were forming this, but during the initial steps of putting it into effect, the Dayton Foundation says, we need somebody to help educate the nonprofit organizations in our community. Not the large ones like the Catholic Social Services, but those that are small to medium size, that are struggling, either with developing a board or with fundraising particularly. But we put together first that organizational assessment. That's the first step. And that's where you get into the SWOT analysis, etc. But then we decided, after reviewing everything, and we got a push from United Way and from Better Business Bureau. So, okay, we'll do it. We'll put on some workshops. And how do we get them there? Well, make it free. And give them a lunch. So these are enticements, really. But those workshops, and you'll see in the brochures that I just passed out, step 2, strategic planning, is the first workshop that we put on. And that we're actually going to do it this coming Friday. These are all at the Presidential Center, starting at 10 in the morning. going until 11:30 or 12, and then we have an hour of lunch and networking. So you get some food, and you get to talk to your compatriots that have similar problems, or talk to some of our members. All of our members in this area of our chapter have been on boards or heavily involved in nonprofit activities themselves. So we have a good bit of experience that we can offer, but we have chosen 5 areas. I mentioned the strategic planning. The next one is board development, then financial management, and that's where many of the small organizations fall short, then fundraising, and finally marketing. You have to market to 3 different communities, and that is to your clients, so they know you're there, and this is kind of related, but it's donors for fundraising. But the community itself has to be in tune with what you're doing. So I really think that we are addressing the primary 5 needs of all of the small and medium-sized nonprofit organizations in our community. So if any of you have any questions, I can certainly blink the lights a few times and get your attention.